Okay, so I am going to do a tutorial on how this one is made. I did do a tutorial on making this, which is made the exact same way, but I'm still getting several people asking for just one with just a name. So that is what we are doing. So I'm inside Silhouette Studio. I use Silhouette Studio because that's what I'm comfortable with, and that's the best program I found for what I like. So you're going to put your name in. We are going to pick our font. This one is, I think it's Water Bubble. You can pick any kind of fancy font because, like I said, it will have a background attached to it, which allows you to do whatever size you want. Need to remember to change my canvas size so that I have an idea of how big I am making the file, because my print plate is 256 by 256. So this just helps me get an idea of how big it is. So once you have your name, we're going to create an offset to that name. Once you create your, I'm using an offset of 10, by the way. Actually, that might be a little too big. Let me try it again. Wonder if 7 would be okay. 7, yeah, that looks pretty good. Once you have your offset, you're going to turn off the outline and you are going to fill it in, choose whichever color you want. Once you do that, you are going to right click on the black. You're going to release compound paths. You're going to right click again and you're going to weld. And that just makes the back one solid piece. Now we're going to add a rectangle along the bottom of the black part so that this is what will be used in the stand, the part that will stick down below the name to fit inside this. So like I said, I don't have a great setup for doing tutorials because I use a TV as my monitor, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to send that to the back. I want to make sure my sides are lined up so they don't stick out. Okay, so you're going to select the rectangle you just did and the black, and you're going to weld them. Again, you're going to right click, release compound paths, and you're going to weld it again. And that just gets rid of all of the little openings that were here. Once you have your name saved however you want it, you're going to save those as SVG files. I'll do that and be right back. Okay, now that you have your SVG saved, we are going to import those into Tinkercad. The background I usually do first. So you're going to change your color, whatever color you want. Turn the quality all the way up. And the thickness is going to be a 5. You're going to do the same thing for the name. Open, import. On the name, though, we are going to do it the thickness of, let's change this to a different color so you can see. Again, quality all the way up. The thickness we're going to do as a 4. And then if you click on the little cone right here, you're going to raise it up to a 3. And that will give you your depth difference. We're going to put this up in place where it goes. I'm sorry if you guys hear the printers up there. It's going. Okay, let me look straight at it. Nope, more. There we go. Okay, and I think that down here is going to have too much on it, so I am going to cut part of that off. I'm just going to bring in a cube. I'm going to drop it here. We're going to go all the way over. That looks about it right. We're going to select both, the black and the cut box. That looks better. Then we're going to bring in our shape. We're going to rotate it. This is the stand for the name to sit on. But let's stand this up 90 degrees. Okay. Once you have it 90 degrees, if you hit D on the keyboard, it'll put it straight down on the build plate. So we're going to put this in place. Obviously, it's way too big. Turn it sideways so I can see where it is. Okay, want it a little bit wider. I'm going to give it something to stand on, and you want to make sure you're in the center. Okay, while I adjust this, I'll be right back. Okay, so once you have it where you want it, you're going to raise the name and the black outline up 2.5 by clicking on the little cone so that it doesn't cut off the bottom. Once you do that, you're going to select the black, you're going to duplicate it, and then you're going to hide that duplicate. Now you're going to select the black again, you're going to turn it to a whole, and you're also going to select the bottom base and group. Once that's done, you can hit unhide, and just like that, you have your file. I'll save these and bring them into Bamboo Studio. Okay, once inside Bamboo Studio, you would just drop your files. You probably should remember to name your files. Have one, you're going to add a new plate. We're going to import our second one. And then from here, you would lay it down by just rotating it with the red, 90 degrees. Hold on. Much easier to do when you look at it from the side. Anyway, lay it down 90 degrees and you would paint your file. If you don't know how to paint, you just select your image, you go up to the paint bucket. Oops, nope, I want to paint the whole layer. And then you would select each individual letter and paint them however you want them, and you're ready to print. Click off of the paint tool. You can change this one also to black, and just like that, you are good to go.